To introduce the Shape Builder tool, we're going to make a yin and yang. The first thing that we need is a perfect circle. So we're going to grab the ellipse tool, hold my shift down, and just drag a big circle. I do not want a stroke on this. I'm going to take that off. And I want it a little more visible, so I'm just going to give it any color. Green's fine. Now, I want to do some precise lining up, so I need some guides, and I also want my ruler showing. If I go to View, Show Rulers, you can also get to it with Control R. Now we have our rulers out, and it's in inches. And to get guides, all I have to do is click on my ruler and start dragging down. Since my circle's still active, I can actually align this right in the center by looking at the nodes, and the same thing this direction. I'm just clicking on the ruler itself and dragging down. Now I want a circle half this size, 50%. So I'm going to go to Object, Transform, and Scale. %50 is what we want, and we want it uniform, so it's a perfect circle, but we want to hit Copy. We want to keep our original. Let's make that a different color just so we can see it. Let's go a little darker. Now what I want to do is have this right up here at the top, and I want to make sure both of these are aligned, so I'm going to select them both and go to the Align panel and do Vertical Align Top. Now I know that those are perfectly at the top. Now I need this same circle on the bottom. I'm going to select just the dark blue circle. I'm going to hold my Alt key and just start dragging down. If I hold my shift, I know that it'll line up perfectly in the center. I'm going to just stop about there. Again, I want the bottom one to be touching down here, so I'm going to select the original circle, the lower blue one, go back to Align, and this time I'm going to use that. Vertical Align Bottom. Alright. One more set of circles, and that is one to just go right here in the center. And if I hover over this, I'll see where the center is. I know where the center of the circle is by this line, but as far as the center of the circle, I can see it active right there. It's telling me I'm on the center. It's highlighted. Now with my ellipse tool, if I hold my Alt key and my Shift key, then I can drag out from the center and make a perfect circle. 1 inch, that's what I want. Now if I select this, hold my Alt key and start sliding it down, I should see the indicator of the center here, and I'll be able to line it up. So I'm going to try that. Got it selected, Alt key, start dragging, and there we have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles. These touching the top, these touching the bottom, these centered, and these should be at 50%, half the size of this. These should be touching perfectly here as well. I'm going to select all of this and get our shape builder. And the way that it works is that it highlights whatever it's touching, and it allows you to combine shapes or delete shapes. So if I click and drag from here into the dark blue, it's going to make it into one shape. The same on this side. If I click and drag in, it's going to make it into one shape. Now we want to change the color on that. And then we want to change the color on the center dot. And now we have a perfect yin and yang. Just to add a little interest, I'm going to grab my ellipse one more time, put it right in the center, holding that Alt key and Shift key, I'm going to drag outwards so I can get a little border around it. I'm going to make that black. Go to Object, Arrange, Send to Back. Now let's go to View and Guides, and we'll hide our guides and release this, and we have a beautiful yin and yang made from circles and the Shape Builder tool.